Okay, seriously, I got an issue with the obvious the way the behavior is in Memphis because just like the police, they're not doing a police record, and I noticed like the thing is they're trying to because I finally told them I said I get it, you don't have any respect, they have no respect for women, and it's sort of you got to be roguish and downright trifling, you know what I'm saying? But then when I try and make a report about them not making a report, this policeman, the most important thing he want to know what they want to know was what color was the policeman that came and saw you. I should have just told him, I didn't really fucking look at him. To be honest with you, all I did was hear his mouth going to tell me that this lady pointing a gun at me is none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Because like I don't give a fuck about what color he was. Everybody around here is the same motherfucking color. You know, I don't give a fuck. Now if he came out looking all pale, like he want to be albino, like he want to be a pure white albino African motherfucker, that's not like what these white people want to do. They want to be looking like albino, which I think is very ugly. I mean, anyway, so like, but basically it's very racist. Like I called this back and like this girl's like pointed a gun at me. They're like, well, what's your diagnosis? And I'm like, my diagnosis? I'm irritated. That's my diagnosis. And they're like, okay. It's like right then they're just dismissed you as being stupid. Oh, she's just stupid. You didn't say what type of diagnosis. Diagnosis of what? You know what I'm saying? By whom? To me, you didn't ask, you didn't finish a fucking sentence. And that's what the thing is. Every time I said two words, he'd cut me off and tell me like, "Look, we're gonna. I'm asking you questions, and you answer the question the way I asked you the question." Which his question was irrelevant to what my situation was. If he was a clever and as human beings are supposed to be and could comprehend, he could have listened to the story, okay, and said, okay, now and this is what I would have did. I would have listened to the story. I got my paperwork right, and I'm like, okay, then let me get this straight. What's your name? Okay, what's your address? And this happened in such and such a place. You know what I'm saying? Go through the whole thing afterwards, and you got the information. So then, right then, you could just be dotting it down. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You already done heard it. Now all you doing is filling in the fucking paperwork. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck that you don't do your fucking paperwork. What I give a fuck about is that this is a fucking police state. That the state is making money off of having bad schools and them going to jail. But what pisses me off is you acting like you don't know. It's like what Trump says. We're gonna have the Mexicans build a wall. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty much the white people say we're gonna have the fucking niggas beating their own kids, fucking their own kids, selling crack to their own kids. We're gonna have them fucking themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't see that. It's like you don't see that what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because fuck it, I'll be in my house. That bitch ain't gonna come down here. The bitch ain't gonna come down here. You know what I'm saying? But her problem is she's so abused. Because like to be a woman here, basically you have to be jealous of every other woman. You gotta have your hair fucking the right way, otherwise you're not attractive, and you know what I'm saying, you're not fuckable. Basically, that's all I. But like I had the policeman yell at me about my hair. So basically, you have to deal with people that it's been programmed and trained to be in exactly the situation we're in. They're trained. If you in Memphis and you poor and your reality is you gotta sling drugs or you gotta suck dick and you know what I'm saying, and it's just like those up in Ellison Island, uh, um that came from Ellison Island. When they came off of Ellison Island, their first job in American thing was sucking dick, you know and there's a famous parade where I think where they have the women that smoking cigarettes. 'Cause back then, the 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 prostitutes smoked the cigarettes. If you were once you got married, whatever, you you didn't smoke out on the street. You didn't smoke in public. If you did smoke, you know what I'm saying? They like even though like the men had smoking rooms, women had their areas too because you gotta understand, women was the men's property. That's why when like in slavery time, you know, like you always hear about the southern women killing their babies. Well, you gotta understand, white women was worth less than black women. Because black women, like they did the laundry, they could cook, they could clean. You know what I'm saying? Most of these white women, a lot of them, like they was sick a lot. They were succumbing to syphilis or whatever because they had used them in the sex industry a lot, or they just, you know, so but they wasn't worth as much. Now there, no, don't get me wrong. There was some, if you had money in any of these societies, even in here in Memphis, if you have money, you could educate your child to where they will be in a job position. Now here the schools are so bad that you cannot educate. The kids are not getting educated. I know there's other example. Not only this girl up here that graduated from Mitch High, there's another one who graduated from Mitch High. She got two kids too, just like she got two kids. Both of them hate their fucking kids. The other one, she's training both of her kids to be just straight up prostitutes. It and because because and she's a prostitute because it's what I'm saying she's and she's dependent on welfare and HUD housing, right? She got a car, and because she had to work, she worked in the hotels, it's a doing in the food and beverage, so you can always depend on food and beverage to hire somebody. People got to eat, right? And people got to work to eat. So that it would, so like in the restaurants all around town. So that's probably the number one job they could get. But as a prostitute, she didn't make no damn money. All she did was get two kids. As a prostitute over here, she didn't get no damn money. And from what I can hear from the older guys up on the thing, one of the things they learn when they come out of jail is what they do is they have gang rapes. you know. And this guy was talking about like, he was like, now he's like in his 80s, but anyway, time was like in the 70s, but in the 50s, when they was out in the Delta, Mississippi, and every time like these guys would come out of jail, that's one of the things they would do, and you know, I guess one of the problems is like when you got used to having anal sex, and that's all you had, or oral sex, all that, especially like a lot of these guys, uh, they were in there, they tried to find a reason to justify why, they were being punished, in such a way. They tried very hard to find a reason, because like, but the thing is, they kept doing the action. You know what I'm saying? Because it kept, you know what I'm saying? So they was raping the little girls, but it was also excuse for some of the guys on the down low. You got man on man, touch body with more than one female, and plus that was during the time when they were trying to spread syphilis. You had to have group sex. It's part of, it helps to spread the syphilis. It helps to, if it's not syphilis there, you could help that sexually parasited virus incubate up in that nice hot vagina. So so I guess that syphilis game was going on till 73. I'm like of Mississippi. And then you got all else, they wouldn't give them no penicillin. So the syphilis, and they already know that it has a lot, it does a lot to your brain. So like we have like so we have we so we they still have people with syphilis here really bad, and you can watch the progress of syphilis. That's why they closed down 42nd Street in Times Square, the sex things because uh, uh, but anyway, you could just see the results of our politics. Just look at our politics. Look at where the money's going, where the money's coming from. You could see the direct the results of what our politics and really what the Cold War has, because they didn't ever send those Russian spies back home. So, you have people like Trump. And see the results is that you have, because they were saying this when I was a little kid, like in the 60s, late 60s, I remember hearing this as like a young child, where they were saying, you know, uh, let the niggas kill themselves, Yeah, we could drop the drugs off in the neighborhood. And if you remember Oliver North, when they were bringing up out of Colombia, the CIA was bringing uh, cocaine. So their plan is to destroy the black man by allowing the black man to destroy himself. And you can see it with the police, especially with the black police in Memphis. If you look real hard, or you don't even have to look at the police. Look at the actions. Look how the city looks. Look at the trash. That tells you a lot, how healthy a city is how nasty it is. The less healthier it is, the nastier it is. Like New York got a million motherfuckers, and you're not gonna find you're not gonna find 1%. Like in the area where I grew up in Manhattan Island, right, Midtown, specifically Manhattan. Anyway, uh, uh, it, you just don't. They have twice as many people, and the people, they drink soda. They come in the 2 liter bottles. They eat candy. They comes in wrappers. They eat tons of food. They come in containers. But you don't. But if they did, you'd be this high up in trash. And there are some places where that actually does happen, and the people are buried in trash. Well, anyway, so you can see the results of our politics. I say go for Barry Sanders. It might save us. Otherwise, you're just gonna see corporations making money off of pain and suffering, and using the people that uh, that are in so much pain and so much suffering, oh, so diseased. I mean, because we have diabetes, hepatitis, uh, HIV, syphilis, gonorrhea, trichomoniasis, and don't forget herpes. So you have all these things, and so these are things that like, and like I see a lot of people, like somebody was talking to me about like ifing and shitting and stuff like that, because they were my age, and they're reminiscing about the shit that like they did in the past. I was like, wow, I don't got that. And if you got that, stop doing it today. That shame, that guilt, and all that is because you continued that behavior, and it was behavior that you learned from somebody else doing it to you, and it was painful. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and maybe like at this younger age, you're busy living, doing you, and having fun. You're not paying attention. But now you're getting your 50s, 55, and moving on up. You start seeing a pattern even if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? But a lot, like it's just like this girl up the street. Her grandma whooped her mom whooped her. She whooping her kids. You know what I'm saying? And you can't tell me a child likes getting whooped. And then also I see the results of their actions. I see 3 generations there. I'm looking at them. It's not only the other two sisters was up there, but they're both crackhead. I'm not sure if one's What happened to that one? I think they said Teresa died. Well, that's too bad. That's what's sad. Anyway, and you can see the results, and the police department. It is their job to help keep the people sick, in a sense. They're making money off of us. They're making money off of us, and they're making money off us in a negative way. And like there once was a time, even in America, they were just talking about not as long ago, it's the 50s and 60s, that they were making money off of us in a positive way, and we had the most money in the United States. So you know, I say the police, the black policeman, if you want to really say African American, Putin says, "Thank you, you dumb fucking nigger." The Russians, they're like, "Thank you, you fucking nigger." you know. And hey, you call me a nigger because they were the most beautiful, smartest, clever, talented race there ever was. Okay, there weren't no murdering, syphilis ass race like a Caucasian are still today. And they spread their disease around to everybody else. So they don't seem so inferior.